we want to help the threes feel like they can be successful, but also that doesn't define their worth.
Yeah.
And that doesn't define who they are.
We're told that rest is good.
Yes.
Rest can actually make you more productive on the other end.
Even though they know and their mind thinks of worst case scenarios, contingency plans, and they are aware of the dangers, they still move forward.
Welcome to Enneaways, a podcast all about the Enneagram, what we love about the Enneagram, how we're growing with the Enneagram, and ways in which we can learn from the Enneagram. I am Zach. I am one of the co-hosts along with my wife, Laura, who is a certified Enneagram coach, and we're super excited for this next resource point.
Yes. So we do want to let you guys know, for those who have been following, we are doing this episode a little differently. We realized, and we're like, hey, we're new to this podcast game. Also, it's our podcast, so we can change it if we want. Yeah. So we have realized these episodes are very information heavy, which we do want to talk about the resource points and how they can help each type. So it's good information, but our goal doing these was kind of to keep them shortish and sweet.
Yeah, like your commute. Like
your commute.
Enough for that.
Yes. So anyways, they have gotten a little longer. It's very information heavy. So we decided from here on out, sorry to the 8, 9, 1, and 2 episodes. Those are a little bulkier, but you can always split them up. It's still good information. But now we are going to do... So for the type 3 today, we're going to be talking about their resource points, but only the first one. And then next week, we'll do the second one.
That sounds great. I love this idea because I think that there's so much good information for the 3 that we're going to be talking about today, and for all of our numbers, really, that we can, really dive deep into what it means to go to a resource point of resource point 6.
Yes.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So we just wanted to let you guys know about this pivot. We can do things differently.
We're all about the pivot.
We are.
Pivot.
Me and Zach like to pivot. Okay, so I have the lightning rounds this week. In light of something a type 3 would love, I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh. What's
one thing you'd secretly love to win a trophy for?
I would love... I would love to win a trophy for something in radio with my radio station. Like we enter in what's called the Indiana Broadcasters Association Awards. It's strictly for the state of Indiana. I would love to win a trophy for my station. I've yet to do that.
But you go often, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you're nominated.
Yes. I've won for commercial. And this is me going to my 3, bragging a little bit.
I love it. Do it.
I won for commercial, and also one of our podcasts won one time that I used to do. But I would like to win for the radio station, like either Station of the Year or like something like Best Local Community Impact Award, something like that.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I believe in you. You could do that.
I'm going to try it.
Mine is more... not so serious.
Oh.
Yours is a meaningful trophy. The first thing I think of is biggest Harry Potter fan award.
Oh, you want to win a trophy for that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So ask me the questions about Harry Potter so we can know how much I love it.
Yeah, I could also just get you that as a gift for Christmas or something. Like it sits in the living room.
I would be so happy with
it's
that.
Like a goblet of fire, but it's a goblet for biggest Harry Potter fan.
Oh, anyways, that makes me sound not very deep, but that's okay. Okay, Zach, would you rather work hard or play hard?
Probably play hard.
At
this point in my life.
That's why we get along so well.
Yeah. And I do
we
like
both
to
work hard, though.
We work hard, but I would rather be playing.
Me too. Yep. I knew we'd be the same for that one, but I still felt like asking. Okay, so this one's very random.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it because it came up at a pool party, and you weren't there yet.
Oh.
But somehow we were talking. I don't know why. I probably brought it up because I'm random. And I asked them, like, would you use each other's toothbrushes? First of all, would you use my toothbrush if yours wasn't there?
Yeah.
You would?
I have.
Okay. And then also, would you use like a friend's toothbrush?
Probably depends on the friend.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
as long as I'm like, I trust
Yes.
you enough that I know you're not dirty.
Okay, so we're like the same. I
Yeah.
feel that. Like, I don't really care, but I'm a nurse, and it's like, yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Sharing germs like that. But I realized, I'm like, oh, I think we're the odd people out because they're all like, no, I wouldn't even share my spouse's.
Oh.
Like, Doug
okay.
was like, no, I don't want to use Meg's toothbrush.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
like, what?
I mean, the thing is
You
that
guys
you're kissing.
swap. I know.
Yeah.
But maybe because you're like really getting the food out of your teeth.
Yeah. And I mean, toothbrushes are kind of gross anyways.
Okay, so Zach and I were pretty similar in most of those questions except for our trophies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're compatible even though we're very different in our Enneagram type.
But I like this for going into a number 3, type 3 today.
Yeah, so the type 3, to remind you guys, is the achiever. They have a core motivation of wanting to be valuable, worthwhile, successful.
Okay.
So they are the person who is very goal oriented and productivity is big. So if they're not being productive, I think for them, like a 2 last week, if they're not being helpful, who are they? For a 3, if they're not being productive or achieving something.
Who are they?
Yeah.
Wow. I think I was going to say that, I mean, like when I'm in really a good spot in my life, I'm trying to go to be like a 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As a 9.
Yeah.
So, but we talked about that in the 9 resource points episode.
Yeah. So that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a great thing.
It's the 3.
I want to be like a 3.
Yeah. It's great when it's done, you know, in moderation. You have to check yourself because obviously there could be huge burnout with that.
Right.
Yes. So the 3, for them, growth doesn't mean that they're less driven because that's one of their strengths that they love and we love, but it helps them become successful without losing who they are.
Okay.
So we want to help you, the 3s listening, or people who love a 3. We want to help the 3s feel like they can be successful, but also that doesn't define their worth.
Yeah.
And that doesn't define who they are. So why do you think for a 3, Zach, if you can kind of your thoughts, why do you think slowing down for a 3 would make them feel uncomfortable?
Because I think, like we were just talking about, if you're not being productive, then what is my value? Like, I feel like productivity is only seen as like, how much am I getting done? It's never seen as like, you know,
how much rest am I getting?
Right, because that is also productive. And so
in a different way.
But in a different way.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, we all get vacation. We're all encouraged time off and a true, like, spent time resting. That's why we get the weekends.
Right.
Or we have holidays. We're told that rest is good.
Yes.
Rest can actually make you more productive on the other end.
Yep. Yeah. So one of the myths that I wanted to go over in this episode, we'll do the other one in the next, but if I'm not achieving, I'm falling behind. So I kind of feel that feeling of maybe worthlessness or, you know, maybe there's some shame there because that is their
Sounds like a major fear.
Yeah.
Like, of falling behind.
Yep. Failure, maybe, but that's not really true.
No.
Which is what we've kind of been saying. You're more than what you achieve. But going to the type 6, which is the loyalist, they want to be safe, secure, and supported. They are very loyal to their people. They are very prepared and well thought out. They can bring so much trust and commitment to the 3. So instead of saying, I have to do all of this myself, because the 3 is very, I see it as like someone who's like, I don't need anybody else's help. Like, I got this.
Yeah.
On my own. Instead, try asking, who can I trust to walk along with me?
Ooh. Reach out, have somebody holding up a mirror a little bit to you and saying.
And just like walking, I just picture it like walking along life together.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't have to do everything alone.
No.
You can still be successful while trusting someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe letting them know what you're going through and trusting with them with your like feelings about it too. Not just like, look at all the things I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. Like, because I think that a lot of the 3s that we think about in our life might think like, we think of them as like untouchable, like they've got it all together.
Yeah.
They're working towards
Right. Can't stop, won't stop.
constant. Yeah. But in reality, there are some deep fears there that can be shared with somebody who's not like them.
Yeah. Just like we want to be there for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe part of it is like they kind of like being able to say, I did this by myself, because that feels like impressive.
Yeah.
That could be maybe something for some type 3s, maybe not everybody.
Yeah.
But to really maybe ask yourself, like, why can't I trust someone else with what I'm going through, with all the busyness in my life? Maybe like take some stuff off your plate. You don't have to say yes to everything just because it's going to be like impressive or successful.
Yeah.
So some of the healthy gifts of the 6 that you can really rely on is helping you build that genuine support from others, and also to value loyalty over image.
That's true, because it's like you come in contact with so many different people, and I feel like having people who have your back, like truly care about who you are and not about what you've accomplished, because there's definitely people out there who care about what you've accomplished and are probably just trying to get in with you because of who, what your status is, assuming that it's a high one. But I think that knowing who your true friends are or who your true people are is a solid thing that the 6s can bring.
Yes, totally. And also they can help when you're accessing that resource point. So this is like not just like finding a 6 you love. This is like seeking that within yourself.
Yeah.
That 6 part, but facing uncertainty with courage. So I think a lot of times people think maybe of 6s as like they're scared to do things because maybe they think they'll go wrong. Yeah. But really they're courageous because they, even though they know and their mind thinks of worst case scenarios, contingency plans, and they are aware of the dangers, they still move forward in health, and they still take those steps. And that's more brave than someone like me who doesn't think through the worst case scenarios. And you know what I mean? Like,
proceed with caution.
I'm not saying I'm a chicken, but like,
no,
they know what they're walking into, and they still will.
Right.
So if the 3 accesses that, maybe in times of uncertainty that they could have because they don't want to fail, their core fear is fear of failure.
Yeah.
Well, if they're able to just tell themselves, I can do this, I've done things like this before, like something the 6 in health would say. Yeah. That can really help them.
Yeah. And I think that it's like knowing where you're going to go if you do fail. Having a contingency plan.
Yeah.
Which a 6 is great for.
Yes. Totally.
For knowing that and having a backup plan to the backup plan.
Yeah. And then the last one is finding security beyond achievement. I think that's really big.
Yeah.
That the 6 can bring, because they seek support from others. Yeah. But I actually was just talking to my dad about this. He's a 6, and we were up north together, and I was like, what do you love about being a 6? And, because it's just a question I love asking about people. Because sometimes people focus on the things they don't like about their type.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, he said, I like being prepared and feeling safe in that way. But one thing he said is the support that he hears about the 6, it used to mean so much to him. Yeah. And he'd seek that. But now he doesn't want to just need that from other people. Right. Almost like just know he's good within himself. Yeah. And so I think that's interesting because the 6, like, deep down wants the support from others. Right. But also you need to be okay if you just have yourself. Yeah. To get that support from.
And that's a resource point to get to in a future episode.
Yes, totally. So for a 3 to find security, even if they're not achieving things. Yeah. And to be okay. Yeah. And to look inward, like ask yourself, who am I if I'm not achieving something?
Yeah.
And think about that.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if you're achieving things.
No. And I think that majority of people don't. Like the people that are truly there for you do not care whether or not you have succeeded in your goal. Right. They're going to be a cheerleader for you. They can be an accountability partner for you. Absolutely.
Right.
To cheer you on towards your goals.
Right.
But if something happens and it's out of your control and the goal is not met, these people are still going to be by your side in the end.
Yeah.
Because you can know that you have that loyalty from them.
Yes, exactly. So why do you think 3 has a harder time trusting people more than proving themselves?
I wonder. I mean, I'm just kind of guessing right now, but is it because they want to be top dog? Like they want to be seen as I've reached this mountain. I've reached it by myself because that sounds more impressive. So is that one of the reasons why they would rather trust in themselves?
Yeah, maybe.
And that than actually trusting in somebody else who could maybe be
for fear of looking like I don't have it all together, or,
right? Or I had to ask for help.
Yeah,
you know, that's hard for. I feel like that's hard for anybody to do is to ask for help sometimes. But especially probably a 3 who is achieving, wanting to achieve, and show off the achievements.
Yeah. I think that also would be hard for an 8 too, because they don't want to appear weak.
Right. Yeah.
You know. But yeah, definitely I could see that as well. They're used to proving who they are, almost to themselves. So I feel like that is easier for them. So a few things we want to touch on just to watch out for. Yeah. If you're going to the 6, but then it's like that shadow side of the 6, or maybe the unhealthy parts that we can get into, is if you start becoming overly anxious or overthinking things.
Yeah.
So if you start getting into that spiral, just to take yourself out of it, take a breath, and kind of reframe, I think could be helpful. If you're seeking constant reassurance from people. So there's one thing to trust others,
right,
and want their support. But then if you're like constantly almost like insecure,
right,
I feel like, and then doubting yourself. So a 3 is so good at like, they are confident.
Very much so.
And that's a strength. That's like, we've said this before, like confidence is beautiful. It's like,
it is.
It makes people like stand out differently.
Yeah.
And make you feel comfortable with them. So we don't want you to lose that confidence and start doubting yourself.
Yeah.
So I'd just say those are a few things to watch out for. And then one practical challenge that you could apply this week that kind of shows you as a 3, the achiever, going to that 6 a little bit, the loyalist, is asking for help from someone you trust this week before you absolutely need it.
Reach out. Check in with somebody. Doesn't have to be a 6. It could be anybody in your circle, whether you know their number or not, and just say, hey, I could really use some help with this.
Yeah. So don't be afraid that trusting others will minimize your success or your achievement. It just allows for people to support you. So 6s can really teach the 3s to trust others, to trust themselves. And that's kind of where we're wrapping it up.
This is part 1.
Part 1 of the Type 3 resource points. And next week we'll review the Type 9 resource point for the 3. Do you have anything else to add?
No, the only thing that I would add is that if you are a 3 and you do want to reach out to you know, as far as like coaching goes or just any kind of help, you know, reach out by going to feelingtypey.com. You can email you at feelingtypey@gmail.com or finding us on socials. We're at Anyways Podcast. And what I would love to, here's the me 9 going to a 3.
Yeah.
I would love if you rated our podcast on Apple or Spotify.
Yes.
And you can be as honest as you want. We're, of course, shooting for 5 stars, but I would love an honest review of this podcast. And subscribe, like the podcast, make sure you never miss an episode, but also leave a review too.
I love that.
Let people know what you think.
I love it. I wanted to share a little feedback because we haven't done that in a while.
No, we haven't.
from a type 3.
Oh, okay.
My friend Holly, who I work with. So at work, when we have downtime sometimes, I will type my friends. And she's a type 3, and she is so efficient. I love working with her, not because she's efficient.
Right.
Because that's what a 3 would think. She's a good person. She's a hard worker, a good nurse. But she is so, efficient. Okay. That is the word. But she had said about one of our podcasts about the type 3, I feel bad and not productive when my body says rest. And that sometimes being vulnerable can be scary. Yeah. But learning to do that is important. And she just said, thank you for making me feel appreciated and speaking to my inner love language of words of affirmation.
I love that.
So thank you, Holly, for sharing that feedback. We really appreciate it. And rest is, I love that because rest is hard, and understanding why it's hard for the 3 is important too. Right. Because they want to be productive or, achieving. So, but allowing yourself to have that rest and trusting others, like we said, for the type 6 is important. So if you guys have any other feedback, we'd love to hear it, share it, talk to you about it. We love any engagement we can get. So with that, we'll just say, keep shining your light, friends. Until next time.